Oh, now the Dow's up 585. Nice move there. We got some catnip for Zoetis investors. The animal healthcare company's stock is hitting a 5-month high after it raised its 2024 revenue and profit forecast. Zoetis now expects full-year revenue to come in between $9.1 billion and $9.25 billion. Compare that to the previous $9.05 to $9.2 billion guidance. So this is the world's largest animal pharma company, and it cites strong demand for its innovative products. But where will it invest its R&D kibble next? Kristin Peck is the CEO of pet and livestock healthcare provider Zoetis, joining me now. And if you have a pet, they've probably had some type of Zoetis therapy given to them at some point. If you take good care of your pets, and you better. Kristin, what are the drivers enabling this hike in revenue, full-year operational revenue from 9% to now 11%?
Well, first of all, it is great to be back with you, Liz, and especially on a day with such outstanding performance. We did drive the top line 11% and the bottom line 18% operationally, and that was driven by some of our biggest, most innovative franchises. Certainly our dermatology franchise with Apoquel, Chewable, and Cytopoint, our pain franchise with Librela and Silencia, and our parasiticides led by Simparica Trio. So really strong quarter across all three groups.
You have two blockbuster drugs. Blockbuster as defined by more than $1 billion in revenue. Let's talk about those and the increase that you saw, not just month over month. I mean, I'm seeing Librela for the osteoarthritis issue, which so many dogs have, up 142% operationally year over year.
Yeah, so we were really led by our pain franchise and from a growth perspective with Librela up 142%. It is safe and efficacious and making a really tremendous impact in the lives of dogs. I mean, there's, 9 million dogs currently treated today for OA, and we only have 1 million of them. So a huge growth potential. So 142% in the quarter, but we're really expecting continued growth there. It's been on the market for 3 years internationally, but really see great growth there. But as you mentioned, we're also seeing that in dermatology, which is currently a market of over $1.5 billion, and we have over $1 billion of that in both Apoquel, Chewable, and Cytopoint, and really seeing strong growth there of 18% in the quarter. And our other big blockbuster franchise, with parasiticides, where we saw the Simparica franchise with 22% growth. So really strong across all three.
When you talk about innovation, you've worked with a U.S. firm called TechSite to develop this diagnostic device that actually has, in a different form, worked on humans, right?
Yes.
And it's called VetScan Imagist. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about this? Because now there's been sudden adoption. More than 3,000 veterinary practices in the U.S. are using this device to do what?
So it can really transform healthcare. It can give you answers very quickly. Essentially what it is an AI-driven diagnostic that can be in a clinic, and it has 6 different indications, everything from fecal to urine to digital cytology. So if your pet has a growth and you want to know, oh gosh, is that cancer? Instead of waiting like you do for 3 days, using AI today, on the market, you can have your vet go in there, take some specimen out, put it on a slide, and while you're still at the vet, find out what it is. Ooh. It's really transforming care, and we're finding really innovative ways of using AI across our portfolio.
It feels like that would give people a lot more peace of mind or an immediacy about what to do next in all of that. I mean, I know that COVID has been in the rearview mirror for, 4 years? Thank goodness. But the care that people give and have for their pets, are you still seeing the same number, in the same volume that we saw during COVID of shelter pet adoptions, things like that?
We're really seeing the consumer and the pet side staying very strong. As you look at clinic visits, they might be declining a little bit, but that's mostly because people are getting their product online. If you focus on revenue and revenue per visit, overall revenue, the clinic is up 4%. Revenue per visit is up 6.2%. So we're really seeing strong desire because more and more pet owners are young, they're affluent, and they're not having kids. Their dogs and their pets are their children. And there's many of us whose children are going to college, and their pets are
their money. Yeah, they're spending their money on that. Before we go, you have a huge farm animal business. I have to ask you about the avian flu vaccine that you are developing for cattle, because we've covered that extensively here, where some of this is jumping from cattle to farm workers. What is the status of what you are hearing on the ground, whether it's in Michigan, Minnesota, where we've seen some of these cases, and what can your vaccine do?
Yeah, we're obviously, this is critical to our customers across the globe. We're working very carefully with them, but importantly with governments. I sat down with Secretary Vilsack at the USDA. You know, the focus right now is on biosecurity and surveillance.
Yeah.
We stand ready to produce a vaccine. We've done so in previous avian influenza outbreaks, as you know. We also have diagnostic solutions, but we're going to take the lead of regulators who are doing a lot of studies to figure out what is the best way to control the disease and to make sure we protect both the animals and the people who care for them.
Take care of the animals. It's great to see you, Kristin.
Good to see you
very
too.
much. Your investors are certainly happy right now. Stock is up 6% as we speak.
Great.
See you next time.